And hello, everyone. I hope you're everyone doing well. I am Incurie, and I am joined today by Signor Abby for the first part of the bracket of Little Squid League 47. How are you doing, Signor?
I'm doing fine. Had a pretty great day. I played Battlefield for 7 hours, and now I'm here.
Perfect. And for this first round of the bracket diamond, we are watching Arrows of Gale versus Ink Phantoms. A quick little story about those two teams. So Arrows of Gale are currently seeded seventh for this little Squid League. It's a team that has been there for a few months apparently. Won the Division 10 of the last Luti season and had a few results, like they got ninth at last Little Squid League, third at the Gamma bracket of Low Ink of October. But on the side of Ink Phantoms, it's a very huge upset because it's a team that hasn't been there for very long. They don't have any recent results or like Lottie division, but they're seeded 43rd and are in Diamond bracket, which is huge.
Yeah, definitely. We'll see, because Heirs of Gale, as you've said, they're a pretty good team, but Ink Phantoms is also on a huge upset, so maybe they'll be able to ride this streak that they're going with. Gonna start off on Haggled Zones. Pretty normal
Pretty
map, I'd
classic
say.
map mode, very established, it's liked by pretty much everyone. And we have some pretty interesting comps, like we have a Carbon and Dualies on the side of Ares of Gale with a ballpoint to back up all that. But on the side of Ink Phantoms, we have a Range Blaster with Dapples and the usual pencil to bring the turf and the cooler. We're already starting with the zone being very disputed. It's a basic neutral position, and already the Carbon making some kills here on Skitty with a flank, but getting punished.
Yeah, I'll say these comps are pretty... Okay, I'll say Ink Phantom's comp is much less particular than Heirs of Gale's. They do have a Dabbles, which is kind of an uncommon pick, but we'll see how they work it out. Arrows of Gale are run...
seems to work very well because they're putting a lot of pressure on Arrows of Gale. They have the lead, they have the zone, and I mean they don't have the specials anymore, so it's time for Arrows of Gale to push. It's, for the moment they're holding up to their position. Only the Dapple has fallen. The zone is still like on the cover of Arrows of Gale, but they're holding up. Like the Range Blaster has made a good kill. Maybe here on the Jet. Yep, it's a straight kill, I think. And of course, the Reslider is gonna stop everything on the zone, trying to tempt the timer for their teammates. And it's a very good operation by Ink Phantoms, even though Arrows of Gate got the zone against.
This is a very active game. Feels like no one's really too dominant with map control here. Everyone's just fighting it out, seeing how it works out. Great slider on from our Dapples on Ink Phantoms.
Yep, he did a very good job and got punished right after, but I mean, he did what it meant to do. Like, they are -3, even like full teams, because a player had to jump out. Phantoms are in full control. They have the cooler ready. They have some specials. You can see like the wave breakers being put it out by the Range Blaster. I think the Zuka is out, but for the Arrows of Gales, there is a Jet, but there is not much to it. I mean, the Jet was kind of alone, the Zap is dead. Carbon can try to push with the Zuka, but it's very tense. It's a very tense game.
Yeah. While Arrows of Gale are getting their picks, it also really seems like they just have no paint control at all, and really the map looks like it's just Ink Phantoms. They can just keep pushing indefinitely because Heirs of Gale will really struggle to push forward like this.
I mean, yeah, it seems to be the case, and that's why Arrows of Gale have so low points. I mean, they're only up to like 73 points left. Considering the number of times they actually put tentacles onto the zone, it's not a lot. I mean, it comes from the fact that they don't have the explosiveness of Ink Phantoms. They don't as much pressure as them. Like you can see
definitely.
instantly the Rift Spider going for some kills, getting punished, but the rest of Ink Phantoms is already there inside the zone to try and like push and make some holes in the defense.
Yeah, definitely. Heirs of Gale are getting their zone back little by little, but they really did just get fully countered here. Ink Phantoms have the zone back, and while Heirs of Gale do have some map control, do they have the resources to keep this going?
It's gonna be hard. Like the V-Shot has their specials, putting the Zuka up, but I mean, we have it pretty alone. Julies here, kind of defending the zone by themselves, kind of holding timer a bit. 1 minute left on the clock, and Ink Phantoms has the lead, has specials. Don't have the zone though. But I mean, it's very disputed. Back to neutral position. No team really has the advantage for the moment.
Yeah, Heirs of Gale are very much trying to make a push. It does seem to be working so far. They do get a couple of
Nice
picks.
dead by Yoshi, picking up 2 kills, but getting punished by the nice fish rider from Blitz. Blitz picking up a 2nd kill with their dapples. Very good appearance, maybe the -3 on the other Julies. Nah, they're gonna have to fall back. Getting
my
punished by the ballpoint. They're surviving a very long time, which is very important to the teammates to respawn.
Yeah, insane movement. They, Heirs of Gale do have to hold this throughout all of the remaining, like, about 20 seconds. And it seems like they really... Never mind.
I mean, that's end of game.
Gonna say, yeah, I was gonna say, it did look like Heirs of Gale did have the advantage there, but Ink Phantoms managed to do a really fast retake at the end there. I really did not see that coming.
I mean, they had everything they needed. They had like one Zuka to get some kills, one Rift Slider to surprise a bit. And I mean, in a zone game, if you're in overtime having the lead, all you need is to put a little pressure. Sorry, I had a bug. So you just have to put some pressure on the defense so they leave the zone and you can ink it up yourself.
Yeah, definitely. Do have to say, while Ink Phantoms are doing a bit of a gamble by running dapples, it seems to be working out. I feel like Heirs of Gale's comp runs, I wouldn't say unusual weapons, it's more, I would say individually, dapples, or, no, sorry, not dapples, dually squelchers, ballpoint. Most of these weapons are definitely not off meta. They're really good weapons, but I don't know how well they're working together. We'll see if they change this up.
They do work together pretty well. They're just not weapons that you can just put randomly to a comp and it will work like it does for maybe Pencil or V-Shot. It's weapons that you have to build the comp around it for it to work. And you also have to know your teammate very well in order to like be synchronized with them. So it's definitely not a bad built comp. It's just that you have to work in order for it to work. And you have to know what you're doing.
Definitely, yeah. And since they're on Rainmaker Museum now, this is also a map of, unless you're well coordinated, you're not gonna be able to push all that much. We will have to see.
I mean, yeah, it's very different because Zone Hagglefish is like Hagglefish pretty much the zone map. Like you have to take the mid and you have to keep it. But Museum paired with Rainmaker is basically a map mode where you have to move a lot. Like you won't hold off to the mid very easily. You will always get flanked, get pushed by like the guys going forward, etc. So you have to move a lot and you have to be proactive in your way of playing.
Yeah, it does seem like Ink Phantoms are very much doing that. They're all in very aggressive positions, and they do very quickly manage to get the checkpoint. And it seems like they are keeping this push going.
Yeah, very good work by the Range Blaster, keeping the Carbon away from their teammates. And so the first checkpoint has already been broken. The Jet is up, but maybe, yeah, it will get punished by a very good operation by Julius. Trying to run off with the Rainmaker, it's not gonna work very well. Yep, stopped by the cancel. And for the moment, Ink Phantom is in full control. They have special if they want to. They have pretty much positions they need. For the moment, it's a neutral position, but like small space of Ink Phantom.
You see the Dapple there was trying to go for a back. It does get managed. It does get caught by the Carbon. Saying that, Ink Phantoms still don't really have any reason to back up here. The Heirs of Gale aren't putting up much of a fight, and the Rainmaker could really just run here and get a boatload of points.
Yeah, they're just getting a yep, good bunch of points. Just trying not to rush in too easily. Like, we're early in the game, and it's not that important to rush for points. You really want to build your push in order to maximize your output. And for the moment, they're just doing it. Oh, but nice Jet, amazing Jet by the ballpoint here, taking like 3 kills and following with the last one. That was a nice action.
Yeah, great jetpack from the ballpoint. And you do see them really pretty much holding the push by themselves. They are just keeping their plat and not giving it up. Saying that, Ink Phantoms, let's just keep coming, and they don't stop coming.
And still pretty much good defense from Arrows of Gale. They like tend to keep Ink Phantoms from pushing, still have trouble making the moves themselves. Like they get in that spawn, they have very good defense, they can hold some positions. Just moving forward is hard because like I think the biggest problem in Arrows of Gale play right now is that the Carbon just can't move at all. It's being held up by the pencil, by the Range Blaster, by the V-shot, and it just can't do the work they need to do in order to push and open the way for their teammates.
Yeah, and I mean, Ink Phantoms just do keep their do keep going in aggressive positions. It doesn't really work out, but it does really show their dominance and how they just have the map here. Heirs of Gale do start a push here, though. We'll see how this works out, because they do manage to get a couple of good picks. They do get one down, and now it's even.
I mean, it's even, but it's really, really hard for Arrows of Gale to make a single move. Like, they had the kills, but they got stopped. They got stopped by, I don't even know why, but it's the hold to that push and gave time to Ink Phantom to move back into position.
Yeah, we did see what you just said of the Carbon really doesn't have anywhere to move, mainly because Heirs of Gale do have difficulty just keeping paint control here. Not only because of their comp, but also because Ink Phantoms is also running a pretty paint heavy comp here. Save for the range blast.
They have B-shots. Even doubles are painting like a lot more than you can think.
Yeah.
So yeah, the only weapon that needs turf in Ink Phantom's comp, maybe like the range blaster, but that's pretty much all.
Yeah.
And on the side of Arrows of Gale, like the ballpoint can turf, but not that much. It will turf for itself, but not really for artists. Carbon needs a hacking lot of turf. Julies, I don't really know how to put them, but it's not something that will turf.
I mean, yeah, the Dualies, specifically Squelchers, do need a good amount of paint to be able to fight effectively, and we do see that the set goes to Ink Phantoms.
Set goes to Ink Phantoms, indeed. That's a very good 2-0 by them. And since it is BO3, it will be over for both teams. And Ink Phantoms, again, putting up the upset. I don't know why they were seeded Like, it appears that they were misseeded, but at the same time,
Definitely.
I don't want to call out on our seeding team because they're doing their job and they're doing it really good. Because honestly, Ink Phantoms, when you look at the seed and the actual like data we have on them, it's very surprising to see them here.
Yeah. Saying that, from what I know, Ink Phantoms, their players don't really seem to have that many recent results. And at the end of the day, both teams did put up a great fight, but it seems like Ink Phantoms do keep their upset going. They
Yep.
will now have to play against Sonata, which is seeded second.
And that will be in the semi-finals that we will commentate right after, just having a quick break, sorry, to wait for the other sets to finish. And we'll get right back into it. Bye.